Hey everybody, welcome to Kimmel's Irish Pub. Time for another movie review. Tonight's movie, If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You. It came out last Tuesday. I did a little, hey, this is what's coming out on demand. Rose Byrne stars in this. Evidently, this is a great movie. With her life crashing down around her, Linda attempts to navigate her child's mysterious illness, her absent husband, a missing person, and an increasingly hostile relationship with her therapist. I heard it's a hard watch. I don't know. 6.8 on IMDb. Only 5,753 people rated it so far. Other than Rose, I didn't know. Oh, Conan O'Brien's in it. And that's about it I noticed. So I don't know. We'll see. I don't know. It doesn't seem like another uplifting movie, but hopefully today's Monday, tomorrow's Tuesday. Just to remind you, and hopefully something great comes out on demand for tomorrow night, because I need an uplifting something. So, but I'll watch it and see what it's about. Maybe it'll be great, and I'll let you know what I think. Stick around. I'll be back. Hey everybody, we're at the credits of If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You, and this is a good movie. I mean, the acting is good. I mean, Rose Byrne is phenomenal in this, okay? And that's great. Everybody else is, I mean, you don't even know anybody else. It's really all about her. I mean, there are other people in it, but it's her and the other guy, the main guy she meets. But she pulls it through, right? Now, what I was going to say, though, this is like a movie, and I guess the director is what I'm going to say, is probably did this. I'm sure the writer, like if I'm figuring out this stuff right, this director makes you feel, or whoever did it, people in the movie make you feel like she feels, like this lady is going through it, right? So she has this, as we know, she has a sick daughter. And so I'll give you an example, right? So sick daughter is some sort of medical hospital type thing, right? And so you're constantly hearing the beeping, right? Like you would in a hospital. When you go in a hospital and you're hooked up to, those things that check your vitals all the time, and it just beeps and beeps. That is constantly there in the movie, like putting you in her place. Like so much that like she has, not unlike me, a monitor that she carries around with her when she's not in the room with her to hear it. And there's the beeps. I have no idea how I make this thing do this. It just follows me around, but I'm not going anywhere. Anyway, but yeah, you know what I mean? So that's a piece of it. Another example of it, like they talk about some missing girl, very small piece of the pie. But what happens is she's a therapist who's also in therapy, but she's in therapy with some girl who leaves her baby behind. And this baby just cries nonstop, right? And it's so uncomfortable for you as the audience, because you feel like you're in her shoes. That's what I'm saying. It's like this kind of movie, whoever did this, like, you know what I mean? Like their purpose was for you to feel her pain, feel her desperation, all that kind of stuff. So it's all about her and how she struggles with everything, and not unwarranted. Like I said, she has a daughter that's sick. Her husband is in the military, who is played by Christian Slater, but he's not there. Like he's gone. Like it all stems from she's taking care of her kid, and the ceiling falls through and it's leaking water. So she's got to move into a hotel or a motel, and take care of her kid there. And continue to go to work and stuff like that. Well, he's not there. He's gone. And she's calling him and he's not coming back. So that's, added stress on the kid being sick, your house being wrecked, you're in a hotel, and then everything else that goes along with it, So her trying to cope and get over all this, but feeling the weight of the world on her and the pressure. And it just didn't, and they make you feel that throughout the movie. So it's not fun. It's great because I think people are very, very talented, and that's why I watch these movies all the time. But it makes it difficult to watch, and that's the purpose of it. So, while I didn't enjoy watching it, I appreciated watching it and what they were able to do. And there's more examples of that. You know what I mean? Like everything. It's not like everything goes wrong for this girl, right? She just wants to buy a bottle of wine, and the lady says, "So it's one. I can't sell it to you after 2. It's like 158." She's like, "Yeah, by the time I ring it up, it'll be 2. Can't get a bottle of wine." You know what I mean? Like that kind of stuff. Forgetting your key, all those kinds of things are happening to her. So good. And then I'm going to throw a little bit more at you, but the ending wasn't thrilled with. You know, you have this whole buildup of this mental breakdown, and then they just kind of leave it open, I believe, to our interpretation. That's my theory. And so, you know, so that's whatever. But again, it's a tough watch. It's fitting. I'm not disappointed, and you know, it doesn't need to be wrapped up in a bow. But I will say one more thing, and I don't want to spoil it for you. It's a very obvious piece, but it was interesting, and so I'm going to say. So if you haven't seen it yet, you don't want to know. I'm not going to spoil the ending because I don't think I can. But I just want to talk a little bit more about an observation that I'm sure everybody else will see. So if you haven't seen it, spoiler alert, spoiler alert, spoiler alert. Enough dance around. Throughout the entire movie, you can't see the kid's face, right? Everybody else, there's a character, there's a face to the name, you know, the hamster, everybody's in camera view, not her little girl. You never see her until, of course, the end. So that's where it's left to your interpretation. So if you haven't seen it yet, I'm going to tell you this a little bit more. At first, I was like, did the little girl die and they're met in heaven? That's one. Or is it seeing her daughter now clearly for the first time, and there's hope, and the clouds of pressure are leaving, and now she sees a kid. There's two impressions I got. Well, the first one was the death one. So because she pulled out the tube, and you know, her husband was like, "What did you do?" So I don't know. So there you go. That's fine. So if you want to see a really good job at making a good film, check this out. But trust me, you'll be annoyed. And appreciate the acting that Rose Byrne did. There you go. That's what I got. Hopefully that was helpful. Thanks for tuning in. Kimmel's Irish Pub.